What's up, sports fans? I'm Rene Garza Jr.
And I'm Freddie Guevara.
And welcome to another stuff-filled episode of Tailgate 956, a sports show that covers sports across the Valley and the Lone Star State. Now, before we begin today's episode, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make your next comic book Apogee. Visit Apogee Comics all throughout social media and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street in Brownsville. My brother, what a stuffed. Well, we're going to get stuffed tomorrow, but yeah.
We're stuffing tomorrow.
But we had a double stuffed week of football. Ups and downs for both our teams, actually.
I don't know if it's good, bad, the bloopers.
I know. It looked like a blooper reel on all that, yeah. From both sides.
It looked like we were playing Madden.
Yeah. It looked like somebody unplugged the controller for us with friggin' Titans and Texans.
But okay, the kick. It
just went like for both sides, yeah, pretty much. But before we begin on the gridiron, let's go into a little baseball.
All right.
119 days, 4 hours, 59 minutes, 9 seconds, 8-7. Well, you get the idea. This is a whole bit pretty much. Until opening day for the MLB. And I, frankly, have been excited for all the news that's been happening here in the Astros world.
A lot of stuff's happening?
In the juice box, not the ice box. I refuse to call it the ice box. Eventually, I'll warm up to the ice box. But it'll forever be the juice box to me. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, Alex Bregman still has deferred from, what they offered him. It was like, I believe 156 million.
What, he deferred?
Yeah, pretty much. But it's okay because Astros do get a pick. And according to Dana Brown, they do want Alex Bregman back. Okay. So that's their main goal for this summer. And I think they're going to get him back. He's probably going to end up becoming like a Nationals for life, kind of like how Altuve got that contract. But unfortunate news, Kikuchi signed with the Angels.
That's disappointing. That's very disappointing.
It is unfortunately. Yes, he brought a lot, that spark that was needed. But I honestly feel, it was a cash grab. Like he just tried to trade, but he didn't really want to stay here. He said it would be cool if they made him the offer. Yeah, he'll probably say. But in the end, I feel he probably wanted to go to the West Coast because what are the Angels honestly offering? That team's no offense to all Angels fans, but honestly, what are they offering as like a prospect team to go to the show in October? Pretty much nothing. Pretty much nothing. But it was a cash grab. Hopefully, it might bring a spark towards him. Who knows? There's still a lot of days left until spring training and whatnot. But
I just hope the same thing doesn't happen to him that happened before. That's the whole reason why he was unhappy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I honestly think finding a good fit for it. So honestly, I understand why the Astros didn't darn. Although in the end, the ones that ended up losing were the Houston Astros for losing those 3 top prospects that we had going. Yeah. We all knew that was going to happen. We knew Kikuchi was a rental. We knew, they probably weren't going to make an offer on him because of Alex Bregman's contract. That they're still working out. And I hope it works out in our favor because it's going to be a double loss because there's still some teams that are eyeing for Alex Bregman. And
why wouldn't they?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. But I for one hope that they offer him a nice contract. When it comes to pitching wise, supposedly they're still in talks with Verlander that they might make him an offer. For me, I honestly feel like Verlander should be traded for the kind of contract they put on. I don't think he's going to take any less. If he takes less, then he really wants to be on the team. But I guess the reason probably why they didn't get Kikuchi was to offer a nice tender contract for Bregman.
Now that Kikuchi's gone, who do you see, or should they go for a pitcher?
Well, right now what they have is with Hunter Brown's good. Framer, he's still there because he's still another year. So I guess kind of like Dak, we're still stuck with him. But
I thought he's that horrible. You'd be surprised.
Did you see those wild card games? Did you see them? Yeah, I stand by that. I'm not a fan of his. Some people might be offended, but I'm not. Well, we still have Ronel Blanco. We still have Christian Javier, Luis Garcia, McCullers. If he ever decides, hey, I'm pretty good. I'm ready. Let me pitch.
Aaron
Yeah.
Getty.
Oh yes, Aaron Getty, of course, him too as well. See, so we do got some a good lineup of guys that can throw heaters. So we still got a good lineup. So it kind of sucks that
Yeah.
Kikuchi's gone. But at the same time, I'm like, it might be a blessing in the long run of getting Alex Bregman back.
Hopefully.
Mm.
But I do feel like there's a void there in the pitching. I don't know. I feel like there's a void.
It is, and Framer wasn't making that weakness that we had in pitching better. A lot of injuries. Like I said, we had an injured pitching staff last season, but we still made some happening. Like we still made some happen. Hopefully, I think Luis Garcia will be ready by opening season. From what I've read and from what I understand, he'll be ready. And if he is, great, because it's needed. The team needs it. Our minor leagues, it's our prospects. There's not that many.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, like it's not that many.
Well, Blanco's had a really good season, so maybe those pitchers will step up and do something.
I honestly think that from Ronoba said relief, they're moving him back probably the starter because he started off hot. He started off hot in the season,
definitely.
Especially with the no hitter. That was good.
If I expect anybody to step up, it would be Blanco.
Yeah, so do I. But like I said, we had a lot of injuries, and by the time season starts, a lot of our pitchers will be coming back. So it might be looking good. And we'll know for sure, solidly enough, the Astros pitching how it will be when we face off against the Mets on opening day. And we'll find that out in 119 days, 4 hours, 53 minutes, 38 seconds. Well, you get the idea. But yeah, we'll find out soon enough.
But you know what? You never know. Hey, look at how the season went this year. You know what I mean? They started off kind of slow.
Yeah.
And look where they ended up.
Yeah. And when it comes to the first base, I don't know who they're gonna get. I still have a chance that maybe they might get Josh Bell. I'm holding out hope.
Still holding out hope.
I'm still holding out hope. Is
he still there out there for?
I don't know I don't know how long his contract was for. I should look into it though. I think by the next episode I'll probably have the answer for that. But
yeah,
there's still a lot of days off until starting season. So hopefully Bregman stays with us and we get some positive news in the Astros world. But when it comes to the Texas Rangers though, that's a whole totally different story. A lot of silence from their area. A lot of silence. Would they be cooking? Who knows? Might they come back even more with vengeance this upcoming season? That remains to be seen.
I didn't work out last year, so
no, it didn't. No, it didn't, which is kind of sad, really, because they didn't even bother even making it to the wild card.
But because at least last season we had the question. It's like, okay, if it's not broken, don't fix it. All right, we went with that mentality.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, we saw how this season went.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so you got to do something.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm surprised they're not making any movements, or we haven't heard anything too.
No,
not a peep. But what?
Oh no, it remains to be seen. But when it comes to the Astros world, there's a lot of more news, a lot more spotlight, a lot more movement going around to making the team a lot better.
Talking about real quick, I actually just found that he actually is open for a free agent this year. It's from 23 to 24. It was a 2-year contract, but I guess until the end of this year.
Oh,
and it was only for a 2-year contract that he signed.
Okay.
So he's actually by 2025. Maybe that's what they're waiting for, 2025.
Okay, who knows? We might be getting a new first baseman pretty soon.
I mean, it would be somebody to go ahead and look at. I mean, I know that they made some changes around first baseman constantly during the season. So, I mean, have somebody consistently there would make a big difference.
Oh, definitely. That would be good. But let's see what the rest of this offseason brings us. And I am ecstatic and I'm excited. I'm not nervous. Although, yes, as any fan would be nervous. Probably
excitedly,
nervous.
Of course.
Excitedly,
of course. What could it bring? What they add to the mix?
But nervous in the sense of like, oh no, they're gonna mess up this team. No,
you're not worried about that.
No. I doubt that. I doubt that indeed.
Well, if something they showed this season is that they can overcome.
Oh yeah, they can overcome. Definitely.
So, having that in question, I mean, even with all the injuries and everything. You're right not to be afraid. I mean, they'll find a way to win.
Yeah, of course. They're at this point, I consider the Astros a, a dynasty team. They're a dynasty team. Like they have accomplished so much within like these past 5 years has been.
For you not to put the Houston Astros as a great team in MLB, it's under question.
Yeah, it's just because you're a hater.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you must have a lot of hate because I mean, whether you hate them or not, you would have to put them. They're
Yeah.
already top contenders.
Oh, definitely so. Yes, but yeah, that's remains to be seen of how our Houston Nationals will overcome. But yeah, as of right now, there's still a lot of sitting and waiting and talking, and hopefully it goes to the positive.
Hopefully it does. Hopefully it does.
Yeah.
From the beginning,
Yes.
maybe they can have an easier season and just relax towards the end.
Oh yeah, definitely. But onto the basketball court, and I should say to start off here with Valley Sports, the RGV Vipers have been doing pretty hot.
Hot.
Oh yes, indeed. They beat the Mexico City Capitanes, I think, They beat that team for 143 to 99.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's not surprising. It's expected.
No, it's
I mean,
expected,
honestly,
yes.
they had a great season last year too, and I expect nothing less this year.
Oh no.
Hopefully, they have a better. I don't know. I mean, I just think it was a hiccup, to be honest. It's not that they had a bad playoff season. First game out, I just think it was just, I don't know, whatever it was. A fluke.
Oh yeah, I know.
But
Definitely.
hopefully they do get further this year, and I do believe they could have gone last year further.
Oh yeah, no, but it's just injuries. It's just injuries that ended up happening that pretty much.
Yeah, with that exception.
Yeah. But other than that, though, I feel that our team has been doing red hot. It's been spectacular, and I expect was that they think they play the 30th. They play this Saturday. They play this Saturday against the Blue, the Oklahoma City Blue, and yeah. So if you're in the Valley and you want to walk off that turkey and want to enjoy some good old basketball, they go down to the Bird Ogden Arena and catch yourself a good Viper game because you're in for a treat. That's definitely for sure.
Definitely. Watching the Vipers play is a great thing. When you're there,
it's a different experience when you see them. Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome. And like I said, like we've been to like more than one game, and it's
awesome.
It's awesome. It's an awesome action-packed night of b-ball.
If I could, I'd go watch every game.
Yeah, I know. Well, I want to go to the Saturday one. I'm down if you are.
I'm down.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for that.
After turkey, some show.
Yeah, turkey and show. Yeah, definitely great. But yeah, they'll go up against Oklahoma City Blue, I think around 7 p.m. at the Bird Ogden Arena. So if you're in the Valley and you want to see some basketball, go down to the Bird Ogden Arena and catch yourself a game. Support local teams because, man, those guys can ball.
Yep,
those guys can ball. Yeah. And their predecessor, their leader of the team, the Houston Rockets, yes, in third place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're 13-6.
13-6.
Right now they're up 55-51 at the half against the 76ers.
Oh, good, dominating, destroying.
They've been doing really good. They've been doing really great. They've been winning.
Mm-hmm.
All of our Texas teams have been pretty good on the win section. Now, unfortunately, Dallas and Spurs are 10-8.
It's a battle for ninth place, as I see it.
But nonetheless, we're at the beginning of the season. Those are good records to have. They're just it's honestly games behind to be the leaders.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So they're really good. Tonight, it's looking right now. They're barely at the end of the first quarter, and Mavericks are up 24-15. And the Spurs are not out yet on the court.
No, not yet.
7:30.
Until 7:30. Ooh, that's gonna be a good game too. That's gonna be a good, phenomenal game. I'll be looking forward to.
They're gonna play the Lakers.
Oof.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting too. They're both top teams, but yeah, I'm confident. I'm confident in the Spurs.
No. Definitely, the way they've been playing is totally different compared to last season, and they needed this.
Oh yeah, the script has flipped on the San Antonio Spurs.
Yes,
it has.
That's the kind of stuff. But now we're coming to question. I know we were talking about it. Now, could it be? What could be the change? And one of the things that we said was the coach wasn't there.
Yeah, we were talking about like not to talk ill about Arco or Popovich, but maybe it might have been the different methods that were taught between.
Yeah, maybe it's just his way of going at it, and sometimes it's not even him as a coach, but on top of that, the players, they play better a different way, more modern, a little bit maybe different. I don't know, more play styles that are known in the NCAA. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So
No, just like certain strategies, certain methods, certain plays. They might have figured them out. Coach, I'm not saying Coach Popovich is his way is gone. You know what I mean? No, no, no. He's a phenomenal coach, and
yeah,
still miraculous coach. Unfortunately, what happened to him, that medical emergency.
yeah.
Hopefully he's recovered by that now. Like I know his players miss him because all that wisdom, all that knowledge that he brings too
I would imagine
shapes
so.
the team as
Yeah.
well too. But I feel that also the missing ingredient was Chris Paul.
So you think that was it? It's not
I,
that,
I,
not
yeah,
that, not
yeah,
that.
because to the sense, he's a seasoned veteran as well, Chris Paul. Like, so he also brings that knowledge to help win Miami. Because like this last game that Wemby had, he dropped 34 points with 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks. They destroyed the Jazz with 128 to 115. That was it was and
He's
that's
averaging
the fourth
10.
straight win,
Wow.
fourth straight win. Like they the Spurs are back. I feel the Spurs are back.
No, I mean
Or they're on
working.
the
They're
way
on
back,
something.
and they're on neck and neck with the last year's competitors, Dallas Mavericks. So that's just something.
Yes, yeah, that's just at least they're not falling behind like what we saw. Like what we
Mm,
saw that they're on competitive edge. You
mm,
know what I mean? They're competitive teams
mm.
and they're on the right track.
And what's better on track is the Houston Rockets as well in third place, man.
Yeah, third
Third
place.
place. That Jalen
Yeah.
Green ain't no joke, man. Also with
No,
Segun and Van Vliet. Like it's looking good on the Texas side when it comes to basketball. Phenomenal from all aspects. As well when it comes to the Mavericks. The Mavericks right now are going up against, let's see, who are they
the
going?
Knicks.
The Knicks. They're playing right now, aren't they? I
Yeah, the
believe
second quarter right now, it's 30-18.
they're the 18. Oh,
They have a good lead. They have a good
They have
lead.
a good
Hopefully, they
lead.
go into the half, go in much of a big lead like that.
Of course,
So that
of
way they
course.
can have a easier second half. But you never know. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
hey,
Especially with Luka Doncic, hey, man.
what can I say about Luca,
Yeah,
man?
yeah. What haven't we said that dude can ball.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
think that's what maybe the chemistry is. It. I'm surprised that adding, what's his name to the
Klay
mix.
Thompson.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm surprised. I really like that, and I was really excited about that.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Maybe for whatever reason, it's just that the chemistry they need to get
It clicked right. Yeah, it
click.
clicked right. Although
It
yes,
clicked.
they're ninth place. Before was it last season that the ones were in third place? It was reversed.
It was
It was reversed.
well
The
at the
Mavericks.
beginning of the season. Actually, the Rockets were on top.
Yeah. No, I
I
mean from like
remember.
last season.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's why last season.
yeah, yeah,
Last season, the
yeah.
Rockets were on
On
top,
top.
and then it kind of like
It,
towards the middle, they kind of
it balanced.
injuries and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think will start to affect the
yeah,
Rockets.
yeah. But hopefully they still stay on record, which I feel that they will. That Houston will succeed and they'll still remain on top to be the dominating team that they are.
I want to see all three teams
Mhm.
back up there, and I want to see them all go ahead and you know be able to go ahead and compete and do something in the playoffs. I want to see them in the playoffs.
Yeah, I want to see how they, like I know when it comes to Philadelphia, like that team, yeah, not that talk trash against Sixers. Once again, I'm going back to them, but like I feel that's going to be a definitely dominating win between those
Yeah,
teams. Yeah.
yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it.
Mm-hmm. But nothing but success for all the way around for our
It
three.
feels nice to talk about.
It feels nice.
Yeah,
It feels nice. It feels
it
good.
feels great.
It feels great. Yeah, like just not the Dallas Mavericks are,
Be ball in Texas.
yeah, be ball in Texas,
To be able to say that.
representing Texas. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, like I'm confident. I'm happy the way the NBA is turning out.
I'm eager to see
Texas style.
10 games from now how things are.
Mm. This win against Los Angeles is going to be great for the Spurs. I'm confident enough that they're gonna, if not, we'll lose by a little bit, But I'm confident enough that
They're on the right track.
Yeah, we're on the right track. Yeah, we're on the right track against Los Angeles.
They're doing great. They're doing great, even though they get a loss, even if they would.
Yeah. No, we're still doing great. We're still doing great as
Yeah.
being 10 from where we were last season. What 12?
Completely
14,
last.
like completely last. Yeah,
Completely last.
yeah, we were like that 16th. We weren't even in the top. We're like at 16th. That's how bad it was.
I don't think they were even on the board.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think their list was there.
Yeah,
The list doesn't go that long.
yeah, exactly.
But I'm glad they turned that around.
Oh man, but no, it's looking good. It's looking good. I'm confident. I'm happy enough that the way the Spurs and Rockets have been playing. So I look forward to these next upcoming games, especially right now. The way the Mavericks playing against the Knicks.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
But on to the gridiron.
Oh man, what? Oh my God, what a show! It was both surprising. I think at the opposite ends.
What a double stuffed week it was.
Yes, I mean, I don't know. Like it was like the opposite happened.
Yeah.
The opposite happened.
But you know what? But you know what? Like this off season, I have to say, like I was excited for this Cowboys and Texans showdown.
Oh yeah, I mean,
The way it was gonna
honestly,
like
I wasn't completely at the beginning, but at least I was like considering, you know what, because I knew, like I said, I knew this was gonna be like the worst season of our worst season.
Mhm.
But I was still, it was still competitive at some point. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
At some point, either way, you know what, we were still competitive. But I got just I got like it was so disappointing. Like Dak was out. On top of that, even Dak. That's how low I'm getting.
Yeah.
That's how even he's out.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Micah
saying.
was out.
Yeah, like
Nobody was in there. Nobody. We had half the defense out. We just. I mean, nobody that could make a play was. I mean, that's what disappointed me. I mean, nobody that gives me hope was out there.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Oh, Micah played.
Micah didn't. Micah didn't play against the Texans, did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Micah was in it.
Really?
Yeah. Micah was in it.
Oh dang, man! How far did it go? Maybe I'm looking at. I could have sworn he didn't play.
Mm-hmm. But point being,
Yeah,
is that like I would have liked to see Dallas at his best going up against Texas, because like honestly, I was like, oh man, this is. Although yes, they did get a touchdown in the field goal. Yeah, they drew some blood. They got like, but in the end, it was still a blowout, 34-10. But I honestly wish we'd have faced them the best, But still, it still proved that the Cowboys were having a really bad season. They still are, despite the win of against the Commanders. But we'll get to that game in a bit. But this game against the Cowboys, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I have to say, despite the drives from both Cooper Rush, and you had a theory when it came to the Dallas, the way they were playing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it seemed a little bit more on more truthful or helps me with this theory against the Commanders,
Mm-hmm.
that the Cowboys were trying to lose. Like they were it's more beneficial for them to lose than
Mm-hmm.
to win.
Mm-hmm.
So I did have a theory as to, of course, them losing. But I think the bigger theory, apart from losing,
Mm-hmm.
is that having Cooper not play as good as he can to not overshadow that. Because would you imagine if Cooper would win, if he could have? Because I think he could have had a chance against the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
Could have at least played, at least give him a better, a little bit better of a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Against the Eagles, I think he could have done a lot better. The same thing, maybe not win, but maybe a little bit more of a fight. And I mean, he beat the Commanders, so I can't say anything. I mean, imagine if he would have won all these games, and maybe even got us to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
When you're paying Dak the amount of money you got right now, it would just be ridiculous. Jerry Jones would not hear the end of it. And for the first thing is that I think and here comes my conspiracy theory number 2, is Dak's not injuries bull.
Oh, like
Dak's injury is fake.
For me, I felt like he was injured, but it's probably not as injured as per se, because honestly,
maybe that's where they got the idea. Yeah,
because Cooper Rush is good. He's good because like when they faced up against Houston, he had more pass yards than CJ Stroud. He had one touchdown, like a lot more, because Stroud didn't. Like, yeah, he had the yardage, but touchdown passes wasn't. Although they were even when it came to interceptions, of course. But as a team stats, total yards, the Texans dominated with 391, and the Dallas was right behind them with 388. Possession, we possessed the ball a lot more. First downs, well, the Cowboys had a lot more first downs.
It's a good thing you brought up the interceptions, because Oh my God, 5 yard 5 yard separation,
Mm-hmm.
interception. The players were 5 yard apart, and he threw an interception.
Mm-hmm.
He not only one interception, he threw like two or three of those
Mm-hmm.
that were the players that were really far apart,
Mm-hmm.
and it was almost ridiculous. That's another thing.
Yeah.
But it, like, on top of that, what I was going for the theory number two was that maybe you're right. He did get hurt, but it wasn't severe, or it was just it gave them the idea to go ahead and have him injured for the rest of the season, and that way they don't put blame on him for the season that they had, even
Mm.
though it's his fault. And I do believe that a quarterback is getting paid that amount. A
Yeah.
quarterback, nonetheless, the
Yeah.
position itself
Yeah.
should be liable or should be responsible for the losses, especially towards the last three games that he played.
Yeah.
He got two interceptions in each one of those. I don't know how many sacks that were not behind; they were in front of him.
Mm.
And on top of that, fumbles. I don't know how many fumbles he got.
Yeah.
Like, on top of that, like, oh my, like, I don't know. It's just ridiculous. I think they did that to stop the bleeding because Jerry Jones was getting being blown. Everybody was attacking Jerry Jones. McCarthy. Everybody was attacking McCarthy. And his job was like, yeah, it was like a constant conversation.
Mm.
And on top of that, it was becoming Dak's fault. Everybody was like, the Dallas Cowboys are just not a good team. The Dallas Cowboys are not a good team. Then people were starting to go ahead and say, hey, I think the guy responsible is Dak. Well, I don't know what you will give him that idea, right?
Yeah.
And the conversations were just getting there and becoming too much. And I think they wanted to stop the bleeding. And I honestly think that his injury is fake to also alleviate that this season was his fault.
Mm.
Now it's gonna be he's out for half the season. So what is that? What does that give him the chance to say that he got injured? That's why they have a bad season. Next year, that's what you're gonna hear. You're not gonna hear that Dax screwed up the season. You're gonna hear that he got injured. A lot of injuries happen, and everything. And you know what? It happens with all the other teams. Good quarterbacks thrive and prevail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good quarterbacks. The ones that don't have anything to prove, or can't prove anything, don't.
Mm.
And that's the problem. That's what I'm getting at, and that's what I'm saying. So that's why I really do think that, for one, Dak's injury is fake, and they're putting Cooper to play like he shouldn't.
Mm.
Because could a guy play like that with one last time 5 games on a roll, and then all of a sudden that's what happened last time? And I said it before too, that they made him play like crap too before, because Dak was already better. He was already good to come back 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But here you are, Cooper Rush, winning 5 games, helping us get to the playoffs because it was the beginning of the season. And then Dak's here ready to go. And people were saying, no, let's keep Rush. Let's keep him. Let Dak heal. Let Dak heal. Jerry Jones was probably already feeling that, my Dak is getting pushed aside. My Dak is getting pushed aside. No, we can't. He's overshadowing my Dacky. You know what? Play like crap. And all of a sudden, you saw a different Cooper Rush in the 6th game, which, while his record is 5-1, before, of course, now it's different. But when he first started this year, that's why his record was 5-1. And all of a sudden, people were, okay, you know what? Dak should come back. Cooper already had his moment, had his role, had his wins. Okay, yeah, that we need Dak back. And that's what happened the last time. And I feel like they're doing the same thing. They're just using Cooper.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I feel bad because and you know why? More than anything, I believe that Cooper would accept, because Cooper, I'm sorry to say, yes, he's a good quarterback, but he's not elite. He's not going to be picked up because of 2 reasons. He's not at the level that can be first string, or at least overtake completely first string. He's good enough for a backup. But I do not. On top of that, his age. I do not. I believe they can fill the shoes of a first stringer, but on top of that, the age. He cannot pull just a whatever team from the grave to championship. That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, I know his limits. His limits are certain. If you would go to a good team, a good ready team, maybe someone that's all has good receivers, good line. I think Cooper could be good enough to get up to the playoffs, maybe even probably win. But they would have to have an already team built. I don't see him going to the Jaguars and doing better than Lawrence.
Yeah,
is
okay.
my is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, like he's no Joe Flacco.
He's not.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
he
no Joe
cannot.
Flacco.
He cannot go ahead and do it. And even then, Joe Flacco, he still stumbled a couple of times.
Oh yeah,
he did great, but then he stumbled again. So I mean, yeah, definitely he's no Joe Flacco. But I guess that's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get a little bit more specific, but I'm trying to put my 2 cents on Rush. And on top of that, like I said, a big thing is his age too. Teams will not go ahead and get him just for his age. On top of everything.
Yeah.
He's a great fit for second string on ours end, but I feel like they're not letting him do what he.
They're not letting him shine. Okay, he's getting pretty much held. Although I disagree with you to a certain degree. How that Commanders game turned out, but we'll get to that in a bit, because when it came right down to it, passing yards during this game with the Texans and Cowboys, passing yards, Rush had a lot more than that. And when it came to total drives, the Cowboys dominated that. Even at that, when it came to total plays completed, the Cowboys dominated that as well too. Because when it came to first downs, Cowboys did that. Although he never threw one touchdown. Oh, I guess he did with what? Well, yeah, he did.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe his numbers look better on that. On
it was Turpin.
Than it really was.
Yeah, it was Turpin in the second quarter where he got the touchdown. Yeah, but which I'm disappointed in when it came to CJ, because CJ never had a touchdown. Yeah, he did have the passing yards or whatnot, but it was mostly Mixon that dominated that with 109 yards. 5.5 yards rushing, and 3 of the touchdowns were from him.
Yeah, that's surprising because he's young too.
Besides Fairbairn with the third, with the field goals that they completed.
But you see, a quarterback position is a tougher spot to be in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What I mean? Being good,
and that's I'm a lot of the blame when it comes to CJ Stroud. They do one of the blame, but it's understandable. You're the leader of the team or whatnot. But at the same time, when your offensive line is
that adds a lot. Yeah, no, that definitely
with that cheerleader paper that the football players break through, they put a lot of pressure on you as well too.
No. I don't get me wrong. I mean, that's gonna add a lot, but you see the difference on that is that, like, I guess a veteran player would have the poise to go ahead and just handle that situation, be calm about it a little bit. I felt like he was folding under pressure because the whole team. The whole team fell on him, and I feel like everybody depended on him, and I think he folded under pressure. And where he has every right, it's his second year.
Yeah,
he's a great quarterback, and I have no doubt he'll learn from this. He looks like the quarterback that will bounce back from this and will learn, but he cannot just add 2-3 years of his life, add veteranship to him. It's gonna take practice. Everybody goes through it. All the best quarterbacks go through it, and he's gonna be one of those. I believe in the long run, he will be a great quarterback. The only thing is that he has to go through these learning cycles.
Yeah,
learning how to overcome this.
It's going through, like a lot of people say, the sophomore slump.
When
it came to that. Because me, I just feel. I don't mean to interrupt. No, I just feel that when it came to his offensive line, he's not having any protection, which is, like I said, still rookie mistakes of folding under pressure.
Yeah,
it wasn't as bad as it was with Kenyon Green last season, but with that injury, I don't know what happened that this season, like, he wasn't being able to protect him at all, because he's been sacked already a lot already.
I'm gonna be honest, with the exception of Michael Parsons, because they were holding on almost every play too. But the Texans did a good job of holding everybody else. Against Dallas, and Dallas has a really good deep front.
They do.
They penetrate,
and going into that game,
pretty good.
Yeah.
Against the Lions, they did pretty good, but then I don't know. I mean, actually, I think they protected him pretty well overall. Not great, but they protected him pretty well overall. So that's why I was like, kind of like, because they were. I mean, by the half, they were up 20 20-some points.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think right there is where the veteranship comes from in the Lions. You see, they have a veteran quarterback.
Yeah.
They have, and
The
and
golf,
that's
yeah.
and that and that's where it came from. And then seeing that as a quarterback, you're like, oh, it's the Lions. On top of that, it's the Lions.
Yeah.
They're the number one team right now in the seed, at least
Mm-hmm.
in right now in the division, in their conference. Sorry, in their conference.
Yeah.
And Europe when them, and then you're seeing, hey, they scored a touchdown. Oh, it adds more pressure to you.
Yeah, it's more pressure.
And I think that's what he has to go ahead and
mm-hmm.
deal with and overcome that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, calm down, handle it with poise, get up there and score some points.
Yeah.
Even if it's 3 points, get there, get your kicker there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that aspect too. Yeah, although even at that, Fairbairn hadn't had that much good of a game when it came to the Titans, but like I said, we'll get to that one because it's a double stuffed week of football.
It was overcoming. It was it was quite a bit of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, going back to the Dallas Cowboys and Commanders. Well, the reason why I said the numbers don't lie. Finishing off the Cowboys and Commanders, I guess, game.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I think everybody saw it. The Cowboys were trying to lose. The Cowboys were trying to lose. But at the end, I feel like they were like, you know what? These guys don't want to win either or what?
But here's the thing, though. Cooper Rush never threw an interception, though.
No, he didn't. But
Jaden Daniels threw in two.
He didn't really throw that many good passes.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was throwing the short passes. He was getting there, and something always like it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
It just didn't happen for them. I know that I think it was Turpin that got one of them. One of the TD, I believe it was him.
Turpin.
I believe
he was
Tolbert. That's right. Tolbert was the one that caught that TD. There was a TD pass, so I'll give him that. And even that one was kind of like, oh, I don't know where the hell are you going with that one.
Yeah.
He just, I think I caught it on Tolbert because he was falling, but he still caught it on the other side.
Yeah.
But on top of that, after that, the defense all game long had the Commander's name on it. Like they had him. All of a sudden, towards the end, they start scoring big plays.
You were right out when it came to the Turpin, the 90-yard kickoff return. That's when you were talking about.
Yeah.
But Tolbert, he did have a touchdown as well. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I think that's why Turpin too. I mean, I just think I was like, hey, I'm pretty sure like you can't, tell everybody to play like crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tolbert, I mean, Turpin's not a very established player right now, or at least like an all-star or considered elite in that sense.
Yeah.
Maybe in the kickoff returns, I would say. So I don't think that, and it's very rare for a kickoff return too. So that I'm adding that. So that's why I'm like, hey, I'm gonna score a touchdown, man. If I can do it, I can do it. That's the only reason why I feel like he did it. And I feel like it was after two. The Commanders, like I feel like I don't know. I can see why the Cowboys wanted to lose that game, and actually, to be honest, I might even have to say needed to lose that game over winning it versus the Commanders. I don't know why they would want to lose it, because I don't think they were trying to lose that game. I just think I don't know what happened to them, because to be honest, like there's no good thing coming from them losing this game. No. Actually, from losing this game, though. I mean, it's a long shot. That even commentators all over have said. Cowboys for playoffs, wild card, because the Commanders are on
one for the jar.
That's one for the jar.
That's the quarter for the jar. Yeah.
They're in the wild card.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys beat them on and they're part of their division. So if they actually catch up to them in that win the rest of the games, the Commanders would have to lose the rest of them. That could be a big swap.
Well, I know they're gonna stomp a mud hole, as they say in good old JR wrestling terminology, against this tomorrow.
Well, at least with the Cowboys, I mean, now I have better hopes. To be honest with you, now I have better hopes.
Right, this game was weird.
But then again, like I said, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's better for them to lose at this rate. It's honestly like honestly, them winning this against the Commanders took them off the top 10
Yeah,
list for the draft.
What did I say? Like, watch them win. Like, and a lot of fans are like, "Oh man, they can't even tank right." I'm
they
like,
can't even. I'm like, when we want them to lose, they win. Come on, man.
I guess in this case, next season, all Cowboys fans just hope the Cowboys lose.
Well, I mean,
dominating season.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's gonna be the problem if we keep on winning at this rate. We're gonna have like a bad season. It's gonna. I mean, it's a long shot for us to make the wild card even this year.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to do that, I will go buy a lottery ticket. Honestly, if we make it to the playoffs. But
imagine they make it to the wild card.
I mean, wow! I would be astonished. Maybe I don't know. Would that be now? The question would be: would that be worth it enough to lose the high pick that we would be getting instead?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I feel that there are worse teams right now, like Giants. Jaguars.
Well, I mean, we're a bad team, and I gotta say
Jets.
we're like the bad. But even then, I don't
Patriots,
see us as bad. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, even when we have great seasons, we lose against like teams that we shouldn't.
I feel like this season could probably for the Cowboys. I feel like it's like one of those like you rolled your ankle, but you can still walk. Kind of like, you know what I mean? That's how this game just proved. I'm like, oh, they just rolled their ankle.
Let me get
there might be hope, because honestly, there's way worse team. Yeah, they're 4-7, but so are who's 4-7? The Chicago Bears as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. They have a lot of other teams to compete with.
There's a lot of teams that are like
that. But that's what I mean when it comes to picks. There are a lot worse teams that are like the Jaguars as well, the Giants,
Carolina Panthers,
Carolina. Yeah, exactly. Those that fell from honestly forgot they exist, like the Saints. But when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys 4-7, it looks right, but at the same time you're like, it looks like it can be better, which it can be, and it looks like it's gonna get better.
Let me just put things into perspective. Mm-hmm. Pittsburgh Steelers, they're 8-3, and they're top in the AFC North. They're gonna go to the playoffs.
Yeah,
they're the number one in
honestly,
their division.
They're a team that I honestly feel like they might look like they go to the distance.
Now the problem is that Baltimore Ravens and Bengals are on their division,
good contenders too as well.
The Baltimore Ravens are 8-4. Mm-hmm. So I just believe that Pittsburgh hasn't had their bye or something because the wins are unequal.
Yeah,
they
haven't had. I don't think they have their bye yet.
Yeah,
I know the Texans. They have their bye. Two more Sundays.
Yeah,
and then they go to the bye.
And I mean, the Houston Texans have.
I feel the Texans should have gotten a Turkey Day. But that's just me being a fan.
I'm gonna be honest. A Turkey Day.
Yeah, a Turkey Day bowl game.
Turkey Day.
Yeah.
Well, the Houston has the Texans have nothing to worry about. Because the person the Colts are behind them by 2 games.
Yeah.
But either way, you guys beat them twice anyways. So even if they would tie with you guys, they would have to beat your record to get to the playoffs. Because if they're tied with you guys, you automatically go because you guys beat them in the conference twice.
Oh, usually the Texans have their number, so that's what.
Yeah. So I mean, the person behind you is really not. Honestly, you don't have nothing to worry about. Mm-hmm. Kansas also, they're 3 games ahead of the Chargers. Yeah, but then again, their record's 7-4.
Yeah, super team. That's all they are. It's just a super team.
Yeah. I mean, the Cowboys. I mean, the Washington. Just to put things also in perspective, Commanders are 7-5. Mm-hmm. I mean, Cowboys are 4-7. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that far. It's 3 games. So it could make a big difference them winning because we play them again. We play the Reds.
Another quarter.
The Commanders. They play them again. On top of everything, they play the Commanders again. So that's another. If we can give them another loss, if we're close to making the playoffs, instead of them, for the wild card. If we have to beat them, we can. We've seen it, and I feel like we can definitely beat them, considering we were trying to lose and we want them.
Yeah,
beat them.
So that's what I mean. Because look at the Panthers; they're 3-8, and we're 4-7. Look at the Saints; they're 4-7. The Bears are 4-7.
Yeah.
Let's go here to the.
Oh yeah, but I mean
let's go to the AFC. No, I'm just saying when it comes to picks, the Jets are 3-8.
Oh, considering
the Patriots are 3-9. You know,
Well, you
the
see,
Raiders are 2-9. I completely forgot about the Raiders. Everybody forgot about the Raiders, but like they're 2-9.
yeah, I guess it's flopping. It's flopping tanking season
Yeah,
for everybody.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but well, that's I guess that's why it makes it so hard, or a harder decision, because look, there's other teams that are still all like pretty high up
Pretty
already.
high up. Yeah, like the Bengals are 4-7. We're matched up with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Colts, like I know, like they're 5-7. Like I feel like the Cowboys, they can maybe reach possibly wild card.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, for wild card possibly.
Can they? Yes, but like
Should
I said,
they?
look at. I mean,
Should they is another thing.
exactly, because look at what I'm talking about. If what I'm saying, I know it's all conspiracies, whatever, but
Tinfoil hats.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, tinfoil hats. But it's because it's so hard to negate that. I mean, Cooper Rush playing the way he did. They're not letting him. I believe they're not letting him play the way he should. Because against Atlanta, when they put him in for the last couple of minutes, look at his throws. Look at his throws in that game. Then look at the throws the following game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Ridiculous. They were almost ridiculous. Horrible. They were like horrible. When you would see the last couple of minutes, he went in there. I'm like, he was throwing the balls right on target against Atlanta. I mean, we lost, but hey, he could have won us the game. As a matter of fact, CD, I don't blame him completely, but he dropped the pass because he was injured from his right. He was I'm sorry, it was left shoulder. I think it was left shoulder. They hit him.
Left shoulder. Yeah, I'm trying to remember how he landed. Yeah, no,
yeah.
But even despite that though, that showed a lot of heart.
No, I mean he tried to catch it.
He tried to go out on the shield. Yeah, he tried to go out on the shield
because actually. Oh no! You know what? It was his right hand. You know why? Because it wasn't the fall that got him. He caught the ball in the end zone, but they tackled him on the right and he popped the ball out.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie. And then there was another pass, and I don't remember to who, also that was in the red zone, close to the net, and he dropped it. Like I think the sinking wasn't in for the receivers because again, second street quarterbacks don't get enough practice time.
Yeah,
they don't get actually close to any with the main team, the starters. They don't. They really don't. So that you can explain that like with that. Unfortunately, but that was honestly not Rush. It was the receivers.
Yeah,
he was throwing pretty accurately. Now you telling me like, oh my God, over here with the Eagles, he threw like that. I mean, he could have done a lot better. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying he could have won. I'm not saying he should have won if he did or. I'm just saying it would have been a better game.
Let me tell you this. When it came to first downs, the Cowboys and Commanders equal 19 first downs equal side. Passing for first downs, we dominated when it came to that aspect. I guess they rushed a little bit more, but even that when it came to rushing, when it came to the Commanders, Rico Dowell dominated that with 86 rush yards. Although. Yeah, Jaden Daniels, the quarterback, he had a rush. And he got the touchdown when it came to their team. Passing yards, they beat us by a bit with 275 yards, and the Cowboys had Cooper Rush had 247. But they both had two touching touchdowns.
Where they had us is the third down efficiency.
Yeah, they did. They had us
the third down efficiency.
I was about to say that right now.
Yeah.
When it came to receiving yards, though, CeeDee Lamb, he did dominate, but he had no touchdowns. Terry McLaurin, he had the one touchdown for them and whatnot. Well, not one of the touchdown, but touchdown nonetheless. But yeah, like this game showed something that there's a spark. There's a spark, despite injuries.
But to be honest, like it wasn't really the offense that really won us the game. This game, it was the defense.
It was the defense. It was the defense.
That's what I'm saying. Like so, I mean, yeah, maybe the first down conversions because, like I said, either way, I've always said it, and I said it at the beginning. Washington is not a good team. They're an okay team. They're doing good because of the schedule and everything. So I mean, really, they're put what the points or the first down that they make. And being matched with them really doesn't make it kind of like, okay, yeah, I know we're there. I know we're there. Yeah. But I did think we would be worse off than them. But yeah, I mean, and then again, I did Rush was throwing a lot of short completions, doing a little bit more. I did see him a little bit more, like himself, than usual. But nonetheless, I gotta put it on the defense that did it. Well, actually, special teams, the honestly special teams were the ones that took the cake. But I feel like the defense did a really good job stopping the offense, especially consider that Daniel Jones was,
Oh,
you know,
he ended up going to the Vikings.
Mr. Jackson, and I mean
Yeah.
Daniel Jones. De otro Daniel, ¿cómo se llama? El otro Jaden Daniel.
Jaden, I'm like Daniel
sorry.
John. I'm like, well, he went to the like.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were looking forward to him coming to quarterback for Dallas, but
I would have that should have been Dallas's wake up call to go ahead and get him. He could have been the change that they needed at least for 4 years. He could have. But I mean, why? But you can't take Jones Dacky. You cannot take Jones Dacky. Are you kidding me? No one's gonna replace Jackie. I mean, well, now I said Jackie. No, Dacky. Sorry, Dacky.
He changed his name.
Changed his name.
But no,
Dacky Poo.
Dacky Poo.
Dacky Poo.
But yeah, a lot of Dallas fans wanted Daniel Jones. Either someone like just
At least to
trolling.
finish off the season, man.
Yeah, you
Come
should
on.
Kikuchi'd him.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
You would have gotten. Well, I mean, I did understand that his contract supposedly still is running.
Mhm.
So whoever gets him,
They had to pay him the full contract, which I heard was a hefty.
But I'm not sure if they can go ahead and renegotiate his contract too, because honestly, he shouldn't be asking for much.
Well, he went as backup QB for what's his face.
But the Vikings need a quarterback.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Vikings need a quarterback.
Mhm.
So I mean, would they want to pay that? No, but I think that either way, there was 20 million guarantee, I believe, from him.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm sorry, 80 guarantee, 80 million. I think it was 80 million guarantee.
No, I think you were up to
20,
or was it 80 million?
I think for Daniel Jones, I think his contract was. I think it was.
Was it? I believe so. It was too. Then yeah, but other than that though, like I feel.
Well, actually, it says right here. He actually the Minnesota Vikings offered him 160 million.
Oof.
Well, 100. Well, it says that's what it says. 160 million.
So you went
Free
out to
agent signs
Minnesota.
contract.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe they offered him something else. But he said 160
for the bench.
Yeah, I gotta get that. I gotta for the bench. Well, I gotta say, I think that Daniel Jones, $160 million deal with 80 million guarantee.
Oh.
You see, that's what I said.
Yeah.
So I think that they gave him 80 million. That's why I'm pretty sure they could go ahead and I'm surprised they wouldn't be able to renegotiate his contract with the Vikings so they can get him cheaper. But either way, like what I was getting at is, I believe right now, I don't know what the Giants are. I think they're a really bad organization. Like, and I'm talking about management, not the players.
It's management. Yeah,
I believe management. They're not doing anything right, and I feel like they're making worse decisions than even Jerry Jones. That's horrible because that's more people on their side. This is one guy doing bad things. Yeah. We can understand one guy making bad decisions, but a group of people coming together and they still can't get something right. I mean, come on. What's going on here?
Well, same thing with the city of Chicago. Well, that's a whole.
Well, that's a different story.
That's a whole different story. Yeah,
I mean, that's a whole different story.
A lot of seasons.
Well, that's a different story. But I think that Daniel Jones can come out of this rut and actually be good with another team. I mean, look at their running back too. What's his name with the Eagles?
Yeah, Saquon
Barkley.
Yeah,
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah,
I believe it's a dead zone. I believe that going to the Giants right now is a career killer right now, especially if you're a leader, a top player.
Yeah,
and I think Daniel Jones is. I think he's better than that, and I think they were just not building around him and not giving him the chance that he deserves.
No,
I don't think they were doing him any justice.
No,
and although he took a
same thing with Chicago did with Justin Fields.
You see, and I agree. Like with how how they did. I mean, they paid him a lot of money, which is what I'm talking about with Dak. Not considerably close to the amount that they did.
Yeah.
Still a lot though. But the difference is Dak had everything for the past couple of seasons, and he still couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
That's my problem with Dak.
Yeah.
It's like he's getting paid this, and dude, you haven't been able to do anything with top players. Daniel Jones at least has an excuse. They took away his only gun.
Yeah.
His only like
weapon
was just Saquon Barkley.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So I believe that he's gonna have, and I call this a successful year with the Vikings next year. Maybe not this year, because it's already over. I think it's already banked up.
Yeah.
He's still close. I mean, he still could make something happen. I wouldn't be surprised.
No,
But
definitely not.
I would call this year just get your foot in the door, get your feet wet, come back next season stronger.
Yeah.
And I do believe he's gonna have something to prove. He's gonna have to prove a lot of people wrong. And I'm actually glad that the Vikings actually saw I mean, they must have seen something that I like what I see on Daniel Jones, because they picked him up.
Oh yeah.
So you know what I mean, and good for them, because I think that's gonna be a diamond in the rough, and I believe that they're gonna have a good quarterback next year.
Yeah, that has had a chance to take advantage of that, but no, it didn't work out in that aspect at all.
And like I said, worst part of it is that, like, I think for whatever they're doing, they're gonna give Dak another chance, and I think we're gonna have a bad season next year too. I think we're gonna have a bad season next year too, unless they give him full armory like they did previous years, and then playoffs he messes it up somehow. I mean, we're not gonna have a good season next year. I mean, we're looking to get draft a running back, so that's good. They'll be talking about drafting a running back. CD Lamb looks tired. He looks like he wants out of Dallas. I don't blame him. I really don't.
I've heard about rumors about that too as well. I've heard rumors about that when it came to that.
Can you blame him? So if he's out, we're gonna have to start looking for another receivers. At least maybe two that can make what he could do, or maybe here and there. Even a Gallup, man. A lot of people gave him stuff, but I thought he was a great receiver. Wasn't elite, but he was a great receiver.
Yeah.
And another thing that we have to work on is that line too, because that line is not doing good either.
No.
That offensive line is not doing great. It's doing barely okay, but they need to work on it. They have a long way to go to work on.
Oh yeah, no, but same thing when it came to the Texans. When it comes to the Texans,
yeah.
Let's hop on that little gravy train of train wreck. Let's just say when it came to the Tennessee Titans,
and that's a surprise. I thought Dallas was gonna lose, and then Texas was
gonna
win.
I don't know what happened.
And then against Tennessee,
against really. Like, now I understand what the Commanders felt when they lost against the Cowboys, but really though,
wow. I gotta say, yeah, it's the same situation.
We started off hot. We started off way hot. Like, even at that, Will Levis had like a lot more passing yards than we did, but we did have more, like, the same amount of touchdowns that we had, like 2 touchdowns apiece. Although yes, he did throw 2 interceptions, and that was hard. Even at that, when it came to the safety too. There was a safety where they came to the end zone. That's when it goes back to the offensive line. That offensive line, like, I don't know what.
They didn't give us a chance.
No, like it was a complete train wreck that it got derailed horribly. We started off high, we were winning, we're doing great, and once again, second half issues that ended up happening against us. When it came to total yards, the Tennessee dominated us 369 to 260. Possession, they had the ball a lot more than we did with 34 minutes and 29 seconds. First downs, Titans all the way with 19 first downs, and we only had 12. Third downs, fourth, and they destroyed us as well. The red zone, we were in the red zone a lot more with 2 out of the 4 times. And turnovers, well, guess what? We turned over.
They turned it over.
No, we won that aspect, but yay. But honestly, it should have been 8-5.
A big difference that I see here too that you didn't. I don't know if you mentioned. I'm sorry, maybe you mentioned it. Was the sacks. He got 8.
Yep.
8 for 41 yards, and then versus half, which is 4 on Tennessee.
Yeah,
I'm surprised the defense didn't do better at that aspect
I
too.
like I this is like I said, like our offensive line was just complete trash. When it came to rushing yards, Tony Pollard, former Cowboy, just 119 rush yards. Like he had one of
That's what surprises me too. More that he got that many yards on you guys on that defense.
And then he broke through. He broke through a lot. He broke through a lot. Like they had our number, and like it was painful to watch, especially with that missed field goal from Fairbairn. Like now I'm gonna be all skeptical every time I see him. Yeah, I'm like, because it's already like not the first time he's missed, and you know that from so close. Too.
And our kicker also missed the big time.
Yeah,
this game, I don't know, it was a weird game. Yeah. But I do see here that they had three fumbles.
Yeah,
Tennessee.
Yeah, they did.
Tennessee had 3 fumbles. Yeah. I mean, I know you guys had that. So you guys in defense at least created that opportunity. I don't know if it was in defense.
Yeah. It was a neck and neck game, but I feel like it shouldn't have been neck and neck. It should have been neck and neck. No,
it definitely shouldn't have. No, I don't think it.
No, and they should have.
They're 3-8.
Yeah,
they were actually 2-7 before this. Yeah, exactly. They played you guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's just very.
Oh, you know what? Another thing that I saw that you guys also and this is a big thing, 11 penalties. 11 penalties.
Penalty kings, baby. Penalty kings.
11 penalties.
And guess who? And guess who? Harvey Tanzo, baby. Oh,
El Tanzo.
He's gonna take home the gold. Make him the penalties. That's the one thing as well that upsets me, the penalties. The amount of penalties that this team's received this season it's blown me.
For no reason.
They've broken records that I didn't even know existed.
I'm not gonna lie, that's something that they
records that they made pretty much when it came to
they broke their own record.
They broke their own record. They broke the mold when it came to like when this team started off season, when they were putting them together.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I'm like, oh man, Houston's has a great dominating team. This team's looking like it's going to go the distance. I'm thinking maybe bowl. Well, that was just me blinded with the ivory color, or however the glasses, I had them on. And now looking at this, I'm like, 7-5. That's too many losses, guys, for the kind of team that they have right now. The kind of quarterback, the kind of receivers, guys are running backs and all that stuff.
I agree.
Like, what's going on? Like the offensive line, yes, it has a lot to do with it too. Because come on, you're supposed to protect your guy. The kind of penalties, come on, guys, you guys are pros, and you're committing little, penalties, little-ish penalties.
I am surprised, but remember, I did say. The Cowboys, the same thing that happened to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They have all these superstars, and then boom.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens. It's like it's it is. But I mean, they have really good seasons. I mean, hey, you guys are number 1 in the AFC South. You know what I mean? Your division.
Oh yeah, we have that. We have that. We're good.
But I do agree with you that you should be higher on the wins.
Yeah. When it came to the top performers of this game, all in all, it all went towards Tennessee. And it shouldn't have been that way.
Man,
it shouldn't have been that way. Even Nick Folk, even their kicker was kicking our butt.
Even the kicker, Will from the Tennessee quarterback.
Yeah.
Will Levis.
Will Levis, yeah.
Yeah, he. I can't believe he outperformed Stroud.
Yeah.
He really did.
Say that Mixon was outperformed by Tony Pollard. That blew my mind. Well, all the way around when it came to yards rushing yards and touchdown, Pollard destroyed Mixon.
Yeah, well, that is he averaged 5 yards.
Yeah. Why do you think that upsets me? And also other Houston Texas fans are upset as well. Like,
wow.
Yeah. Wow. Completely wow. Yeah, completely wow. That. Why do you think this loss stung a lot more?
Wow. Wow. I okay, maybe Stroud, I get it, whatever, maybe whatever, he had a bad game or whatever, but Mixon being outperformed for him.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And even at that, when it came to the team, I felt that Stroud would have shown a lot better. And the quarterback that he is, I'm confident in that quarterback. I'm confident in the quarterback that the Texans have. Stroud, I'm a Stroud fan. Because I've seen him in clutch plays. I've seen him when they went all down the line, how well he performed last season. But it's just his line that's not doing their job protecting him. Yeah. They're not protecting him. And because of that, they're making him fold and making him do really dumb mistakes so he won't get sacked and cost the team yards.
Yeah.
Or so he won't get popped and get injured.
Well, let me tell you this. Was there any difference in the line this game versus the previous game? At least the previous 2-3 games?
I think, honestly, when it came to when they played against the Cowboys, they was still kind of like, because Micah was still on him.
They were double teaming him, but what most impressed me that they were still able to cover the other 3 defenders.
Yeah,
because we're four.
Because you want to know something? When it came to the Cowboys and the Texans, he had no touchdowns. He had no touchdowns. He had no passing touchdowns. You want to know who made all the touchdowns? Mixon. 3 recorded touchdowns. Rest were all Fairbairn.
Yeah, because I knew he had 2 big plays.
Yeah,
2 huge plays.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah,
he was in the red zone.
Yeah, he had even at that though. Rush had a lot more passing yards than Stroud did. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like his line is not helping them at all. That's why he's throwing the interceptions as well too.
But you see, in that game, he was well protected.
No, he was well protected to a certain degree.
So that's why I'm surprised, and I know he was.
But even at that though, he still threw the interception either way.
Yeah, I'm still. That's what surprised me. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Because I'm like, that's. I know he. The last couple of games, the line has been standing pretty good, except against us at least. It really did.
I'm saying it's a little bit better, but it's not completely good. To the sense that. You're confident enough that he's gonna throw something solid.
Yeah,
and
against the Lions, they were doing really good too, and that's a very good. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're the number 1 team. Mm-hmm. They did against the Lions, protecting them against the Lions and the Cowboys.
See, but
so I'm like, what was there a change?
Yeah, what went wrong with this team? I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. I don't know what. Even at that, Tony Pollard was on fire. Where was that Tony Pollard when he played with Dallas?
Well, I mean, I will say Pollard was able to run all over the field, but where his problem was the red zone.
Yeah,
was the red zone. He was a fast guy, but with the red zone, he could never score. That was our problem.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When they came to the red zone, like we dominated in that aspect. Well, but when it came to passing yards, rushing yards, drives,
everything,
yard per play, like possession, biggest lead, first downs, all that 3rd and 4th downs, like it was all Tennessee. It was all Tennessee.
Do you think the Texans are in a slump?
I just think it was just a little.
Well, maybe not the Texans per se, but maybe Stroud is in the slump.
I just know the Texans in general in the slump. Yeah, like they're in the slump.
Yeah. They're all. You don't think it's just maybe him having a. He's having a maybe I don't know where it's going. It's kind of like
they have a chance to redeem themselves with this game. I guess get for morale, a morale game, as I like to call it. This is the Jaguar morale game to build up morale again against the Jaguars.
They
better win against the Jaguars.
Yeah, they
come on now, because that's too much. If you're losing against the Jaguars, the way they've been playing, oof.
I know 14. You have the bye week. But I mean, you do need to win against the Jaguars, and then like that. The thing was that these next couple of games, they were I think they were a must win. Yeah. For purposes of just having a good score, because honestly, the last 2 games are going to be tougher.
Yeah.
Well,
Chiefs and Ravens.
Assuming that
Chiefs and Ravens.
Yeah, the Chiefs. The Ravens are probably gonna be the only team that's gonna have to fight for it, because they're tied with the Steelers. Mm-hmm. But the Chiefs, if they secure it, they don't have. You can beat them.
Yeah,
they're gonna go ahead and put their backups.
A lot of bench warmers.
Yeah. So you have a good chance against the Chiefs, better than than you would the Ravens. The Ravens are still going to probably need that win because they're neck and neck with the Steelers.
Now, a lot of mistakes, because a lot of there were a lot of young mistakes, a lot of penalties. That's what I feel like is the main problem source: offensive line and penalties when it comes to mistakes. That's what's affecting them the most.
No, I mean it seems to be.
It's what it is. It's dumb little mistakes that are costing them yards, putting a lot more pressure on Stroud. I honestly feel like this game, they I hope they took a long, hard look in the mirror and realized what their problem was.
Yeah, they need to go ahead and overcome this, and they need to go ahead. This should have been a game to add momentum, speed to their last
bam, now this team's on fire. So
it should have been.
This score shouldn't have happened. It should have been one. It shouldn't have been so close, and two, it should have been a blowout from the Houston onto Tennessee. And that's what it should have been.
Yep.
No offense, but the way it was 34-10 with the Cowboys, it should have been like that, or even less when it came to Tennessee.
Not gonna lie, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, that's like I said. I had the Texans winning, of course. I had their next 3 games, us included in those 3 games because we played in the last game.
Yeah,
and then us I mean definitely against the Commanders because I mean the Commanders. Yeah, I'm not saying they're like I said an okay team.
Yeah,
and I know they were not that great.
Yeah,
but they were still better in a better situation than us.
Oh, of course.
Apart from that, we still have injuries, and we still are bland out. We still. I'm like, golly.
I think Blind's coming back.
I'm like, golly, man. So, like, pretty much, like, Diggs is doing pretty, I guess, well, but he was questionable about this past game. So God knows how he's going to be doing. And, I don't know. We just completely, I mean, we're just hanging on by a string, just finishing off the season. That's why I say what I
feel like
said.
it's going to go down towards possibly maybe wild card, maybe, or I see this season going as we're going down swinging, getting as many wins as we can.
Well,
or if anything, it might end because it's almost breaking even, or well, not breaking even, but kind of maybe breaking even.
Well, we got 5 more games. I mean, honestly, if you're talking about the Texans, they have nothing to worry about. At least winning the division, but the Cowboys, I mean, they have 5 more games left. They could definitely go ahead and pull it off, but the Commanders do have an easier schedule than us. I mean, we have a division actually, pretty much New York, the Eagles again, and the Commanders again. So we have them again, and then we have a couple of other teams, but nonetheless, they have the better set of schedule if they want to win the last 5 games, or at least win one of them. Because we're 4 games behind. No, 3. I'm sorry, 3 games behind them. So we would to even tie them, we would need to beat them on the second, on their second game for sure. Even if we tie.
Yeah.
Even if we tie.
Now, when it comes to that, the even tie, as you were saying, is there a possible chance?
Yeah, I do, but like I said,
do you feel that maybe it was this game, this past Sunday's game?
No, it really depends on who's playing out there. Like I said, I feel like if Cooper plays the way he should, they should get, because the defense. I mean, if they play like that against continue to play like that, that's fine. They'll do enough to get it done, even though they have a lot of. I mean, they need to work on a lot of stuff, but they did good enough to go ahead and get the next couple of wins. Our offense is the one that needs to be putting boards up there. The only reason we had numbers up there were really the special teams.
Yeah,
special teams was the one that was scoring most of the time, most of the TDs.
Yeah,
most of the TDs came from them. So you see, our offense needs to be putting up numbers. And that's where that's the kind of stuff that they maybe might have yardage, get all the way there and then mess up. Yeah. Whether it's for real, fake, or nothing. But point blank is they need to score. They need to put up numbers offensively. Not special teams, because what's the chances of special teams doing this again? I mean,
Yeah.
It's not very likely. Kickoff returns are not likely, things like that.
Let's see if they destroy Tommy DeVito. They're gonna win. They're gonna win tomorrow.
Well, I feel better playing against Tommy DeVito, but like I said, we need I don't know. with who they want to take the loss or tank. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I do feel better. Uh, honestly, them being the Commanders, that knowing that they can beat them,
Yeah. Yeah.
knowing that they can beat them.
Um, but like knowing that they could beat them, and supposedly the team that's been dominating so far, it just proved a lot. It proved a lot about that team, and it proved a lot about the Cowboys. That maybe injuries, maybe it's something setback. I don't know what happened this season. That something didn't click right, or maybe it was off season. There's like a lot of questions of: is he coming back? Is he not coming back? Is he going to sign? Is the last year of so and so? Is the last year of so and so? And speaking of last year of so and so, what are you?
Proposing.
I proposing as well. But what's your view on Mike McCarthy coming back for Dallas? Because
Well,
was it today? Today I found out. Yeah, today. Yeah, Jerry Jones has said, "Oh, don't count out the possibility of Mike McCarthy coming back. Yeah, of an extension."
look, I'm gonna be honest with you. What did I say? Change needs to happen in Dallas,
Yeah.
and I say that could be good in the form of McCarthy. Now, I say that might be good in the form of McCarthy because we need change. Something needs to be different. Maybe people will for fans to go ahead and get on base,
Mhm.
but I do not think that McCarthy should be to blame for him, and that should be the reason why he's kicked out.
Mhm.
I'd say for the change,
Mhm.
not because he deserves to be put out. And the reason why I say that is because, I mean, his play callings. How can you say that they don't work?
Yeah, true.
How can you say when Dak messes it up before it even goes through?
Mhm.
How can you say that his plays are old school or don't function, even if they are old school, don't function when it starts and ends with Dak?
Yeah.
The play's dead already.
Yeah.
Interception, fumble, sack. So many times, I don't even know what the play is. Do you know what the play was?
Mhm.
I mean, come on, man.
It's a play where Dak throws an interception.
Yeah, I mean, just because he throws wrong doesn't mean the play was bad. You know what I mean? That just means you can't throw.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sorry, Dacky Poo.
No, Dacky Poo.
Dacky Poo. So,
I hope that sticks to him.
the Dacky Poo.
The Dacky Poo. The Dacky Poo.
Dacky Poo.
The Dacky Poo of Dallas.
So I really don't blame McCarthy. Or at least not. I cannot see the blame to go ahead and kick him out or put the blame on him. I honestly don't see where people blame him for how bad Dallas is doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it honestly, it's the play calls that he calls. I mean, look, I mean, you know, Cooper. You can't put it all on Cooper whether he's doing bad. I don't know what's going on right there, but nonetheless, he's a second string quarterback.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, he's a second string quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, with Dak, which was a first string, $60 million a year quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't see what the play was or if it was effective because it starts and ends with him.
Yeah.
It lies dead there.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I really don't see the blame that goes towards him. To be honest, I see more blame in Zimmer. To be quite honest with you, because there is no way. Honestly, I blame more Zimmer. To be quite honest with you,
okay,
and this is why, not on anything else, but because how is it that is it Quinn?
Dan Quinn, yeah.
Dan Quinn, yeah, Dan Quinn. I just wanted to make sure.
Commander's head coach, by the way.
Come back, yeah. How is it possible that he had a record with the same guys? Yeah, we had injuries, but at the beginning of the season, he had the same guys, or at least most of the same guys. If not actually in the linebacker position, I would say more frequent Kendricks. He added Kendricks, a little bit more pizzazz.
Yeah.
How is it that Quinn was able to do better than his defense when he left them on all set defense?
Yeah.
Everybody didn't notice the difference, didn't expect the difference from the defense, and with good reason because the players were there. You know what I mean? The players were there. So I wanna put honestly the hot seat Zimmer because I want to know what happened there, what went wrong, And what are you doing that's different from last year? Because it seems to not be working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Maybe it did this game, but maybe it's, and you know what? Even this game, I would blame the defense being productive, because maybe Zimmer got a piece of McCarthy because he knows how Quinn plays and how he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
What kind of, and he's more of a defensive coach than an offensive coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Besides, like McCarthy, he's more of an offensive
Defense
coach,
coach.
but nonetheless, he played with him. He was a coach with him.
They
and you
did.
know
They
what I
did.
mean?
They did. I feel that Dan Quinn with the Cowboys defensive coordinator, they was good.
Yeah.
Although there were at times there were questionable plays, like
There was
that Packers debacle that happened last season.
Yeah.
But man, Packers. If it's not the Bears, it's the Packers are just raining like sadness everywhere
But that was
for other teams.
again that game. If you want to go, we'll go ahead and go back to that game.
Mhm.
If you want to put it on the blame, I mean, you want to put McCarthy to blame on that one, dude. How many interceptions did Dak throw that game?
Three.
Four.
Yeah.
Man,
It was a lot on Dak. It was a lot on Dak.
Ridiculous plays, in and out. He didn't even do anything.
No,
I mean, Dak did not do anything at all against a team that barely got there to the playoffs last year. I mean, honestly, it was all, I blame more Dak than him, because he's the one that's executing the plays and he wasn't.
Yeah.
And we put that into perspective. And going back to even then, I blame Quinn because the defense was also messing up. I blame the defense and Dak for the playoff loss. But I do kind of see, like, now, I mean, guys, putting it into perspective, like, I mean, maybe not an excuse, but I can kind of see why Quinn did what he did too, playing zone when these people are not used to it.
Yeah,
it's to save him energy, because Dak was just in and out and wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
He was just not letting the defense rest at all.
Yeah.
So he was trying to do that to get his people rest or have a chance to go ahead and do it, because playing man to man takes a lot of energy.
It does.
So I can kind of see that, on why he called it when he never did. I just think that they should have practiced it a little bit more, played more zone a little bit for that same reason, played a little bit more, because you have to think of everything and especially in the playoffs. If you're getting ready for playoffs, you have to think of everything.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So,
and I agree with you on that when it comes to that.
So but I think the bigger question is Zimmer. It's like, what happened? You had the job already there established.
Is he coming back next season?
Yeah, he's not in the hot seat or anything, and I'm more than surprised than anything.
I'm shocked he's not in the hot seat.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people. I haven't heard one person blame Zimmer.
No, everyone was blaming McCarthy or like
But they don't blame Zimmer because of his history, history with other teams. But I mean, he went into an established Cowboys team. What happened? I would want to know what happened.
No, it's true. No, inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah,
I want to know as well too. Yeah, I'm totally agreeing with you on that.
That's the biggest question I would have for him.
Yeah, but it remains to be seen. Hopefully tomorrow we still get that red hot, fire hot Cowboys team at the turkey.
At least we got. At least we.
Hopefully they don't have enough turkey that they end up not showing up.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble. Well, I hope at least they put up a show.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure they'll dominate them. Yeah. But now, time for our favorite segment of the show. A segment that doesn't require special effects because we provide them on our own.
We don't need effects.
Nah, yeah. It's Ponte Pilas. And this is mijo. The segment where we pretty much say who needs to get on the ball and who's doing a great job.
That is more or less.
Now, my brother, I know I was asking the same question, but you want the good news or bad news first?
I want to end a good note. I always want to end a good note.
Because it's true. Yeah. So, the one that needs to ponerse pilas for this week is the Houston Texans. That's right. Surprise, surprise. Why? Maybe it was that 32-27 loss against the Tennessee Titans, against a team that's 3-7. Oh, sorry, 3-8. Now, like, wow, why so many errors that happen within this team?
That does sting a little bit. Yeah, that does sting.
All the top performers, like I said earlier, all Tennessee.
They needed to use all this as momentum. Yeah. These games should have been momentum to end the season, to go into the playoffs strong.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Two interceptions. You got the ball once they're gonna go to the whole offensive line that have been the interceptions happen now. The offensive line needs to fix itself. Something needs to happen. If this team does not fix the penalty errors that they're making or the offensive line, I'm thinking they're gonna either go to the second round of the playoffs or first one and done. They're gonna Dallas it up, one and done.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
And starting to look that way with a 75 record. Hey, guys, you better destroy
The only
the
reason why I
Jaguars
would
this
say
Sunday.
that they probably won't be one and done is because there's other teams that are actually in the playoffs that are worse, if not worse, with their division. In the division.
No,
In the
no, no,
record.
no. The thing is, I would agree with you, but at the same time, a loss against this team as a
No,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Titans at
I agree.
32-27, that speaks
agree.
volumes.
Yeah,
That speaks volumes of the way the offensive line's lined up and the way they're not protecting Stroud.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna end up getting popped like he got popped last season when they faced off against the Jets.
And that's the last thing they need.
And that's the last thing they need is it's a Stroud to be injured.
That's a fork. Stick a fork and done.
Yeah, exactly. They're just gonna have to focus on rushing, pretty much. Pretty much, that's all they're doing right now because when it comes to passing,
it's a non-existent.
Exactly, it still exists. But hey, with Nico Collins back, it did make a difference. But at the same time, what's going on? This team had this offseason, this team when it was formed, it was so solid. I was confident enough that they were going to go the distance. Maybe not possibly Super Bowl, even at that. I was confident enough before the season started that they were going to the playoffs and possibly going to the Super Bowl. I still have that, that just me being a bias, but at the same time, they have that glimmer. But that offensive line, the penalties, come on, guys, you're better than that. Look at the tools that you have. You know what I mean? Look at the quarterback that you have. Come on, D'Amico Ryans. Come on. Do something about that offensive line because it's atrocious.
Yeah,
it's atrocious. They might as well just have him out there by himself. Nobody protected him. Just have him there by himself. That's what it looks like. It looks like that practically. It looks like that practically. Like honestly, no offensive line. He's just there by himself. Just go there. Okay. Nico Collins, where is he? Okay, there he is.
Boom.
But that's joking aside. Ponte pilas, Houston Texans, because because honestly, that playoff picture, it can go away like that. Like it can go away like that. And if they play the way they played this past Sunday, it's gonna look like that again. It's gonna look like that again. If they better not lose against Jacksonville Jaguars, because that's gonna make them a punchline.
That would be the worst. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's gonna make them a punchline.
It'd be worse.
Yeah, and it's gonna. Trust me, that
you just don't want that.
You just don't want that. No,
honestly,
yes. So somebody needs to protect that quarterback because in CJ Stroud, I trust. He looks like a great quarterback for Houston. Protect your guy. Ponte pilas. Get a better offensive line.
Yep, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. Now let's end this on a good note.
Oh yeah.
And the one that S.A. Miko goes to, it's a tie. The San Antonio Spurs, the Dallas Mavericks, and the Houston Rockets all deserve the praise and all the SS Mijo a pat on the back.
And let's add the Vipers in there.
The Vipers, yes, and the Vipers, yes,
yeah,
and the Vipers as well.
Yeah,
why Texas not? Yes, and the Texas B-ball is fire on a hot.
Oh yeah.
If there's an NBA Jam game going on, pick all those teams because they're doing friggin' amazing.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And once again, Vipers, Saturday. What? Catch yourself a game.
Go.
Catch yourself a game.
Do yourself a favor. Do it.
Do it. You burn that turkey off by cheering the Valley's best. Burn that turkey off by cheering the Valley's best, baby.
You can pull a dance there too, man.
Yeah, exactly. No, I know we will.
Or you can sit in the VIP section and eat more.
Yeah, exactly.
Eat more turkey.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good into. It's good into.
It's good. Yeah, definitely.
Your preference. Yeah.
Oh man, what a good stuffing-filled episode this has been.
Oh yeah.
But before we go, here's a little announcement for tomorrow for Thanksgiving. The McAllen Creative Incubator is going to be having a Thanksgiving giving out plates, giving out plates.
$49.95.
Right. They'll be giving out plates for Thanksgiving. So come on down. The address for the McAllen Incubator is 601 Main Street, North Main Street, McAllen, Texas. So it's for a great cause for those families that that they don't have a meal or they're looking for a good meal.
Yeah.
Come on down, get yourself a plate. We're blessed. Be blessed as well on this Thanksgiving.
Go ahead and go make your way down here. We'll be happy to go ahead and help you out.
Mm-hmm. And if you're looking to volunteer, all help is great needed. So come on down to the McAllen Incubator, located on 601 Main Street, McAllen, Texas.
Yeah, and if you're looking to help, you can go ahead and ask for Joe.
I call Joe Martinez as well too. His numbers is
Well, you can go ahead and let us know in the comments.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We'll go ahead and
send
you a message with his number
as well too.
and
Yes.
info if you're interested.
Yes.
And that way we can go ahead and
also message the station as well too, because we'll be glad to answer any questions when it comes to volunteering. Yeah. Or if you want directions, or if you're not clear on the directions when it comes to going to the McAllen Incubator, we'll definitely help you out.
We'll be glad to help you.
So once again, at the McAllen Incubator Center, located on 601 North Main Street, McAllen, Texas. So come on down, be blessed, have a happy Thanksgiving.
And gobble gobble.
And gobble gobble, yes. But once again, I'm Rene Garza Jr.
And I'm Freddie Guevara.
And this has been a turkey-filled episode of Tailgate 956. Be blessed, hug your blessed ones, have an awesome, spectacular Thanksgiving, and we'll see you at the next tailgate. My brother, let's go see if that turkey's ready.
Oh, yeah.
Double stuffed. Yeah. Whoa, tripping over our own stuff. Whoa. Oh, man, I'm looking forward to those rolls.